I thought I was just helping my best friend keep a secret. Then I found out the truth she was hiding and had to decide: protect her lies or expose the whole mess she created. My soon-to-be ex-best friend and I have been close since middle school. We know everything about each other, and our families practically feel like one big family. You get the idea. We've always been open with each other, so naturally, she recently came to me with a big secret. She's been having an affair for about 4 months with her supervisor at her new job. She started working there a year ago. But she didn't tell me out of guilt. She told me to brag about the dream vacation she's going on with him, posing as a work trip. She even asked me to cover for her if her husband asked where she was, planning to go off the grid so he couldn't track her down. Here's the thing, her husband and I go way back. We've known him since high school, and they've been together almost 15 years. He's one of the most genuine, hard-working guys I know. He takes everything she says at face value because he trusts her so completely. I told her there was no way I'd cover for her and that she needed to leave my house because I couldn't even look at her. Later, I filled in my husband on everything, and he was just as disgusted. Her husband has become one of his best friends, so he's pretty loyal to him too. That's when my husband pointed out something I hadn't even thought of: our security camera, which caught the whole conversation. So we decided we'd go to her husband tonight with the proof. He deserves to know the truth. We're also considering going to her job because, as far as I know, her workplace has a strict no fraternization policy. Since her supervisor already promoted her once, this could be seen as favoritism, and our guess is that they'll both be fired. Lastly, I'm planning to send a snippet of her admission to both her family and mine since our families are so intertwined. I want to make sure she can't twist the story against me or her husband. Some might say this is too harsh, but I fully disagree. What she's doing is beyond wrong. Aita. I've decided to follow some advice and leave the final call to her husband. He might want to handle things differently, and it's ultimately his choice. We'll still tell him everything, but for now, we're holding off on going nuclear. I'll let him know, though, that if she tries to lie or shift the blame, I'll have no problem going nuclear. I'm not going to be made out as the villain in a situation I didn't even ask to be part of. She thought it was a good idea to confess to her monogamous friend with traditional values. She can lie in the bed she made. Small update. For clarity, let's call my ex-best friend Alyssa and her husband Noah. I decided to speak to Alyssa before going to Noah, letting her know I'd recorded the conversation for my own protection. She was shockingly unbothered, even after I told her I was worried for her. She said she's been feeling weak in her marriage, and admitted that her online friends had convinced her to girl boss her way up by using her supervisor. She doesn't regret the affair because it helped her career, and now she claims to have found love with him. I warned her she had a chance to confess before I went to Noah, but she barely reacted. I honestly can't tell if she's having some kind of breakdown or just no longer cares about her marriage. My husband and I are still planning to talk to Noah tonight, and I'm curious to see if she'll say anything to him. Update. After taking some advice, I decided against going nuclear. This isn't my circus, and the final call should belong to Noah. I also reached out to Alyssa first, giving her the chance to tell Noah herself. After talking to her, I was almost tempted to contact her parents about getting her some medical help. She's so nonchalant about everything that it's almost unsettling. Alyssa's always been one to find loopholes, but cheating on her husband for financial gain? That's a new low. In case you missed it, Alyssa started the affair just to secure that promotion, though it eventually turned into something emotional. Apparently, her new online friends told her she wasn't valuable if she made less than her husband, which she's been insecure about for a while. They also convinced her that using a man isn't really cheating if there's no emotional attachment, she's just being a girl boss. She admitted she couldn't keep her feelings separate from the affair. It started as something casual, but soon they were going on dates and vacations, and eventually even calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Her app knows she's married, but she told him they were on the verge of separation. My husband and I headed over to Noah and Alyssa's place with some dinner and booze, thinking we'd have to break the news ourselves. By the time we got there, Noah had already downed a bottle of wine. Turns out Alyssa had actually come clean to him, but apparently it was more of a statement than an apology. She sat Noah down and told him she wasn't leaving on a business trip, she was heading off on vacation with her boyfriend. Poor Noah thought she'd just misspoken and was so excited, even asked if they were going to Italy as planned. Alyssa just stared and repeated, "With my boyfriend." It finally clicked, and it wasn't pretty. Noah admitted he begged her to work things out, But she just stonewalled him and left him there, bags packed, with no idea where she went. We stayed with Noah and let him know we had video and audio proof if he needed it. I confessed that, in the heat of the moment, I planned to go scorched earth on Alyssa. But once I calmed down, I realized that wouldn't solve anything. Alyssa clearly doesn't care, and the only one going full nuclear would really hurt is Noah. Noah is still clinging to some hope of reconciliation, but deep down he knows Alyssa isn't interested in fixing anything. We've put him in touch with one of my husband's lawyer friends, who agreed to help him out pro bono until they finalize the divorce. Noah seems hesitant, but he's also realized he can't make Alyssa stay. At this point, we're stepping back. We're here to support Noah, but it's his choice how he handles things. If there's any future update, I'll check with him first, but you'll be the second to know. Thanks for all the support and advice. It made me realize that this is Noah's situation to handle, not mine. Ida, just to address a few questions I saw from last time. Why go nuclear on Alyssa? Honestly, she didn't do anything particular to me, but the hypocrisy was infuriating. We've been friends for years, but mostly out of familiarity and convenience. She's always had traits I didn't like, but this whole affair is completely out of character, and to not feel any remorse. It was just too much. Am I in love with Noah? No, and it's wild to even think that. He's like a brother to me. Just because I'm defending his character doesn't mean there's anything romantic involved. Update 2. Well, I didn't expect to be back so soon, but the last week has been a speed run of disasters. Consider this the final update. Alyssa went on her little vacation with her app right after she left. I know because she's posting all over social media with him, as if her husband doesn't exist. Her family saw the post, and soon enough, Noah's phone was blowing up with questions. But Noah, ever the people pleaser, told everyone they were on a mutual break, instead of revealing that she'd cheated. Fortunately, Alyssa's mom didn't buy it and came straight to me. I didn't hold back, I told her everything. She needed to know her daughter's been seeing a sugar daddy for months and only came clean because she wanted to flaunt him publicly. Alyssa's mom then dropped a bombshell I wasn't ready for. Turns out Alyssa's been a serial cheater since high school. Apparently, she'd bring guys over, calling it school projects or sports stuff, but her mom once caught her kissing not one, but two different guys. And guess what? She was dating Noah back then, too. Her mom just brushed it off as teenage hormones and figured Alyssa had grown out of it by now. Neither of us know if she's been up to this kind of thing all these years, and honestly, I'm not interested in digging any deeper. It just explains why Alyssa's so casual about cheating now. She's always done it. Maybe her girl boss friends just reignited that old habit, making her think, why not? I don't know. I'll admit, I kind of lost it and yelled at her mom. She's like a second mom to me, so I didn't hold back. I told her she set Noah up for this disaster when he could have found someone way better. She took it like a champ, letting me vent until I calmed down. I did apologize later and told her Noah deserved better, but she agreed it's too late now. She said we should focus on supporting Noah, but I couldn't help thinking, you could have warned him 10 years ago. We're fine now, but in the moment, I was furious. Then, things got wild. Those vacation photos reached their work, and both Alyssa and her app got fired. Turns out there were already HR complaints, and their boss suspected Alyssa's promotion was favoritism. App was livid, and as a final jab, he cancelled her plane ticket home, planning to leave her stranded. But here's the kicker: Noah forgave her immediately, bought her a new ticket, and even moved her back in. She fed him some line about realizing her mistake, and of course, he just ate it up. He's pushing for couples counseling now, but without any real consequences for her. We reminded Noah we'd be keeping our distance if he chose to stay with her, and we've stuck to it. We've blocked Alyssa and aren't planning on pretending any of this didn't happen. He told us he's standing by his vows, and we wished him well, but I can't understand it. So yeah, Alyssa got to cheat, lose her job, and still got a place to come back to, like nothing happened. All's well that ends well, I guess. I don't even know how to feel: frustrated, drained, maybe a bit relieved it's over. It's who Noah is, and it's just as ridiculous as it sounds. At this point, I'm glad we're stepping back. They both need help that only a therapist can provide, but they won't take that step. I don't need this chaos when my husband and I are trying for kids. So yeah, I guess that's it.